Well, smack my ass and shave my balls. It's the best damn podcast from Chippewa Falls.
How am I supposed to do that?
However you want to do it.
We got mail. Hey.
Good morning, all you Hick guys and gals.
You scared the shit out of me, dude.
I'm just over here trying to enjoy a Reese's.
How's that working?
Well, it appears there's a Reese's in my shorts.
Reese's in your shorts.
Oh,
Skinny
yeah.
Mark.
What is this? Did you put? Is there a nail in here or tack?
No.
I'll try it. Anyway.
You didn't find out.
I mean, just because I filled up that wrapper from my butthole doesn't mean you can't eat it.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it's creamy in the middle. Mm-hmm. Hard outer shell.
Yeah.
Kernel of corn in the side.
Melts my hand.
It's delicious.
Well, I guess welcome to Tales from the Hicks. We got that. This is happening. I'm doing some leftover Halloween candy. And as soon as he's done whatever he's doing, he can let you know what the weather
I think
is.
he's tonguing it or something.
We got to introduce everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we
Wait,
should
I have to.
That part.
start with that. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Jason.
I'm Chad.
BDC in the house.
Hey.
This is Ben.
And I am Nate. Now we're Tales from the Hicks. Hopefully, Chad is done mouth fucking the Reese's.
Tongue
He's getting ready
punching.
to put it on his
Tongue
southpaw.
punching.
I am. Yeah. Have somebody lick it off.
Oh.
This one has caramel in it.
Does it?
Yep.
Okay.
So it is 61 degrees today.
Beautiful.
With 15 mpHs. So yeah, it is. It is a nice day out there so far. So it's it's definitely fall. There's actually a lot of trees that I'm surprised are leafless. Like there's a lot that also have half their leaves, but there's a lot that are completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little early for that, but I'm fine with it too.
It is almost November.
That's true. Yeah. Just temperature-wise doesn't feel
I mean,
like
when
it.
you're listening to this, I guess it will be November.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, for us, it's not quite November yet.
Right.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep. It's knocking on the door. There, that's November.
I'm going to make the dog bark.
I don't think
He
I've
didn't-
ever heard a sound come out of that animal.
He didn't hear that.
No.
Does it make sounds?
Oh, yeah, occasionally, but not in the last probably 2-3 years. I haven't heard him bark either. But he's deaf now, so he doesn't hear anything. So he has nothing to bark at. You know,
Oh.
Quiet world.
Some days I'm jealous.
Yeah. It's supposed to be
Like in that movie. It's times like these I'm glad I'm deaf so I can't hear the boos. The coach, what was it on? I think it was on Van Wilder, maybe, or one of those
I haven't
movies.
seen that in a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's funny.
We used to have a guy that I worked with who was deaf and had hearing aid in each ear, and he was a lead, or they were called checkers at the time, but he was basically like a lead. And when he'd get into it with his guys on the loading docks, for not doing something, or he might get into it with a supervisor, who knows? He was very outspoken, good dude, but outspoken. You could hear him like, yeah, fuck you, I don't need to take that fucking shit. Next thing you know, you'd see him reach up, I'm done with this fucking conversation. Both hearing aids, turn them right off, just turn around and walk away. Can't fucking hear you no more. It's like,
Damn.
Josh is pissed off and he's done with that conversation. Yep.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
It was awesome, yeah.
That would
Yeah,
be.
he is a cool dude.
Fun. Chad, you tell us what you've been up to.
Fall cleanups pretty much all week long. Also getting some things ready for hunting season yet again. A little odds and ends here and there, and Work. Yeah, like I said, work and fall cleanup, and then Friday, I had off. So my son bought himself an ice fishing shack. So my dad and
What'd
me
he
and
Did you go ice fishing?
do I?
Did you?
No,
Oh.
no.
I thought
But he was super
Ice a
excited.
little skinny yet.
Yeah, because he was super excited because it was supposed to get down to 28 or something. I was like, well, you don't want to wait. But he got a Clam XL thermal 2-man shack.
Flip
But
over.
there's- Yep.
Okay.
But it's definitely large enough you could get a third person in there, just like on a stool or a bucket.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to take the bucket out with
Right.
you.
But it's got LED lights in the bars and a battery and like
Is it got the is it a bench or like two bucket seats?
the seats,
Okay.
the cushion seats.
Yep.
There was a lot of them that he found that were only like a year or two old, but they were all the buckets, and a lot of people don't or the benches.
Yep.
And a lot of people just didn't care for it.
Well, I think the bench is like, I guess my own personal opinion, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think the benches are sometimes actually more comfortable than those chairs, but I am a big dude.
Yep.
But it's also nice because you could fit 3 across, right? And,
Right.
you know, if you got a kid with or whatever. But they suck because they're heavier, and you're limited as to what can go in your tub because that bench, like,
Box
it's
the whole
just
thing.
there, right? Yeah, it boxes out kind of that one whole side, so...
Yeah, it looks like that one, but I mean, I guess maybe that's not the exact name. I don't know. His is the widest one they sell because he still wants to try to put a cot in there.
So you got side doors?
Yeah, side doors, and then there's a back door even,
Yep, okay.
or a half back door,
Yeah,
or
yep.
something like that.
Those are designed so you can put 2 shacks back to back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you zip them down and you can bullshit back and forth. And,
Oh.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I won't be buying one of those,
Well, I'm just saying
but
that's
that
what.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I told him I thought it was a great idea because now you can that's the back side of the sled.
Right.
So you get all set up, and now you grab the shit out of your four-wheeler or snowmobile or whatever, and now you don't have to climb
Walk
through
through
the
your holes.
holes and all that. You just
Yeah.
set everything right in the back.
When he was here last time and he was talking about shacks, I meant to ask him if he had looked at the Expedition. I think that's the company is called Expedition, but they're more budget friendly because the tubs aren't super thick and they're not as tall.
Yep.
But if you're not going to be towing it miles and miles across the ice behind a wheeler or something, they're plenty durable. But because of the tub being less tall and thinner, they're nowhere near as heavy, so they're easier to put in and out of your vehicle. And they actually don't have any front doors at all.
Oh, really?
It's only in the back, so that limits your weight more. And then the fronts go straight up
Oh, see,
because
that
there's
would be
no
nice.
door. Right. So they go straight up, and they're just super. They're really slick. I've always wanted to see one in person because you kind of want to look at them in person before you
Right.
pull the trigger. But
Yep.
they're a lot cheaper than the clams and the Eskimos, and yep.
Yeah, so that's what we did, and he's, of course, had to get the poles out to make sure,
Yeah.
and, get the itch or whatever. But
Yep. I will try and remember, and maybe he's seen it already. There's 2 guys I follow on YouTube that do tons of ice fishing stuff, but one or both of them has a 2-man flip over, and they have specifically kitted out to put a cot down one side for ice camping.
that's what his plan is,
Yep.
apparently. And
But yeah, if I think of it, I'll try and find those videos and I can send them a link
Yeah,
because
perfect.
they've got it super well thought out the way they got it set
he'd
up.
like that,
Yeah.
for sure. That was it.
All right, Ben. What have you been up to?
Busy weekend. We worked, normal work all week, and then Friday was my son's birthday, so picked him up from school, and he going for you, Chad.
Nothing.
Chad's
back
still
to- yeah, motherfucking
making
Reese's.
love to a Reese's over here. No worries. We picked my boy up from school, and we went down to Carson Park. And on the way down to Carson Park, we stopped at Roadside and got to order cheese curds to share because he loves freaking cheese curds. So Did that, drove through Carson Park, stopped and looked at all the ducks and the geese down at Bronze Bay and drove through there. And then we went to Pizza Del Rey and had some dinner because that's where he wanted to go, was Pizza Del Rey.
Happy birthday, Steven.
Yep.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
And then yesterday, we went, we had a room booked at the Kalahari. So we went down there and did the water park all day long. And then when we got done at the water park, we went to, I think it's called the Wisconsin Brew Pub. It's a restaurant inside of the Kalahari. And we had dinner there. And it was, I expected it to be like, I don't know how to say it, but like normal chain food, right? Where like all the shit they get is frozen and they just fry it, or you know what I mean? And it was honestly the best meal I've had in a long time. Like,
Really?
the food was phenomenal. Everybody's food. I got fish and fries, and it's some of the best fish I've ever had, like, in my whole life. I could not believe it.
Dang.
Yeah, it was super good. And everybody's meal was excellent. And they've got these like super fancy milkshakes. So I got a Oreo and brownie milkshake, and it came with like a frickin' ice cream sandwich, but the outside was a cookie on each side. Came speared in the top of the milkshake, and a brownie, and Steven got a chocolate one. Everybody got milkshakes. The whole fam damily was there. My parents, and then all of Kristen's side was there. And so yeah, it was fun. Did that, and then he went down to the arcade because they have a package where you can get for an extra $100 you get $100 in food credit and $100 at the arcade. So like, you know, you're going to spend $100 in food. Yeah. We're there all day Saturday, right? And you know he's going to want to go to the arcade and play games and get stuff, you know. So we're like, we're saving $100 easy, you know, by spending $100. So yeah, yep, that's the place. Yep.
I go there in February for a conference every year, so
okay,
I'll have to make sure I check out that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It was very, very good. So yeah, I did that, and then today we got up and everybody went to Paul Bunyan for breakfast, and my boy ate his body weight in pancakes, and we came home. So yeah,
Perfect.
that was our excitement.
Nice.
Jason, tell us.
Well, I didn't do a whole lot of nothing. Worked.
Well, that's what this weekend was supposed to be, right? Clear weekend or nothing.
Yeah. And then Friday the kids they had off of school, so there you go. Dad, what are we gonna do? I go,
Why'd they have off of school?
I don't have no idea.
Oh.
Dude, they have like
They have this fucking coming week off too.
I know it. They have, it's either 22 or 28 days off of school throughout the year.
It's fucking dumb.
It is.
And then I was looking at it this week, like you know,
Yeah.
probably you already did. Probably.
Did you have parent-teacher conferences?
I don't think they do.
That
those
was
anymore.
yep.
They do?
Thursday.
Because we had those last week, and then school was closed Friday and Monday. So Friday, I think, was for conferences, and then Monday for like teacher development or whatever the hell they call that.
I think that's what next Friday is for, is teacher development.
I have no idea.
But did you see that they go to school until fucking June again this year?
Maybe they should take a couple days off.
Take 3 days less off and be done in May.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
somebody with a fucking brain.
Well, you just said that they lost all common sense.
Yeah, well, they did.
Okay.
But you had parent-teacher conference?
Yeah, Thursday. At the middle school.
How'd that go?
Oh,
I didn't
see,
go.
don't
I was
have a
bowling.
Okay, I don't have a middle school.
Do you go
Maybe
in
that's
person
it.
or do you virtual? That's probably a stupid question. You do in person.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay,
Sorry.
so that must end in middle
Sorry,
school
I asked.
then. That must end in middle or when they get to high school.
No, I think we still do it in high school. I thought they did.
Hmm.
Tanner hasn't had one yet, but I mean that doesn't mean to say there isn't one coming up.
Okay.
But maybe they don't.
I want to
Fuck
almost
it, you're
say
on your
I
own.
never ever. I don't think I ever went to one at high school or either kid.
Never have I ever.
I don't think so.
That'd be a fun game.
So anyway, they woke up and, Dad, what are we going to do today? I go, if you look outside and see all the leaves, that's what we're doing.
I bet they were excited.
Oh, dude, they were stoked. So that's what we did. Leaves on Friday.
Did the new pup go play in the leaves?
Well, yeah, because she loses her ball in the leaves, so now they're gone, so now she can find it again. But yeah, there was a lot of leaves, lots.
Just mow them.
I did. That's what I did Friday.
Well, then what do the kids need to help with?
Because they're my kids and they're gonna help me do that.
Well, what do
Only
they
one
do?
person fits on the lawnmower.
Yeah, I got 2 rakes.
Oh,
So they rake them into rows so you can drive over top of them?
Bingo.
Oh my god! Just put the fucking headset on and just drive.
Just drive around the yard.
And a cheat sheet. You don't need rakes anymore. You just get a blower. So much better.
Oh,
Or a big sheet of cardboard, actually.
we did that Friday. Tanner went up with the blower and he blew out all the gutters. So
Oh, nice.
got all that shit out of there. Although it did rain on Thursday and
Sure,
it
stay
sucked.
wet.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
still wet Friday morning, but
Most definitely.
we did it. It was all right.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I had 2 parties on Saturday
Oh, function.
and 2 functions. Yeah, functions.
wild and
Did
out.
you get hammered?
I know. I had 4 beers total.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Shut her down.
Wasted.
Yep, wasted.
Probably still have a headache.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, that was it. Nothing exciting.
Doesn't seem terrible, though.
No, it wasn't bad.
Love must be hurt.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
He's been fucking hurt the whole game.
Yeah, he's been
supposed to
gingerly
be?
on his left knee or something.
I will tell you this much. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but it doesn't matter if it's the Wild or Twins or Brewers, even the Packers. Because I listened to them for the first hour and a half today on the radio because I was doing lawn care stuff. And I like listening to it. That's Jacobson. Touchdown. But my God, some of the things they just every time there was a commercial break or before a break, oh, Love's over in the tent, or the doctors are talking to Love, or this, or like, if it's that bad, don't fucking go in the game. Like, shut up. Fuck. I can't remember the guy's name on Z100.
Wayne Larrabee or Larry McCarron.
He's the worst.
And he just it was seriously every
Nobody's
time.
worse than, what's the dumb fuck's name? Paul Allen?
Really?
Oh,
He's
I like
phenomenal.
Paul
Are you
Allen.
nuts?
that
Okay,
guy
maybe-
is a chode. I took a shit last week with more personality than that guy. Fuck him.
No, is it Joe Buck? And
Oh, Joe Buck.
What's
I'm
the-
not a big
Troy
fan of them
What's
either.
Troy
yeah.
Aikman?
Yeah.
Oh, those 2 fucking guys. They can go find a different job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Paul Allen
They
is fucking...
suck.
He's funny.
I would rather listen to somebody rake fucking nails across the chalkboard than that
Really?
guy. Yes.
Wow.
Not
I like him. He's fun. He's energetic.
I like when
Very
he does
expressive.
the kickoff is cool. Yeah, listen to it sometime.
I have. I don't like it.
Oh, okay. Nate, what'd you do?
Yeah. What'd you do, Nate?
Sal, what'd you
Let's
do?
see. Wednesday did darts. We got smoked like a Marlboro.
I forgot that that happens on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I think we won 3 games maybe. They would, out of 17. So that's,
Who'd you play?
17 games?
Yeah,
Holy
How fucking long are you at the bar for?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Jesus.
You play 17 games in that?
Yeah, when you play a game of 301, you can have a game of 301
6.
done in.
Technically 6 darts.
Yeah, I mean,
Usually only takes me 7.
yeah,
That's not bad then. That's real good average.
yeah.
That's all I'll tell you.
You could start playing in some tournaments.
Yeah. Who'd you shoot against?
TNC.
God, I'm
It's
not
a-
looking forward to either of those teams.
All girls, I'm assuming.
No.
No, not if they're that good. Both teams got to be
Tender
that
care.
good.
Yeah.
Tender care.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was our snapback to reality. After the first week, we won 15 games and lost 2.
Yeah.
But let's see. Then Thursday, I went to Washburn County. So it was actually Shell Lake. Yep, is north on 53 past Rice Lake,
Yeah.
and then a little bit to the west.
They got a couple good ice cream shops in Shell Lake.
Really? It's interesting because when I left there, I came home. And
Straight home?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, what a loser.
Well, not straight home because I stopped at Culver's to get a concrete mixer. So if I didn't,
my
but I didn't know where to go in Shell Lake.
Yeah, one is actually like a cart, like a food cart or a food truck
Okay.
or whatever. But they do the twist cones and like with the flavors around the edge of it. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So you can get like raspberry or all different kinds.
But they're obviously Shell Lake is named for Shell Lake.
Yep.
That's right there. And so I was doing a little looking into it, and that's a musky lake.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's something we could think about sometime.
So you're going fishing?
I don't know when, but
Oh,
I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to go musky fishing.
Got to put heavier string on your poles.
Yeah, I
before you
got
do
some. I got some good string on that one pole. Like, went out and bought all that new gear that one year and used it one weekend.
How long ago was that? 10 years ago?
that. More than that.
Oh yeah.
Definitely more than that.
You
Yeah.
might want to go buy some more new string.
Oh,
Because I think it was before Kristen and I were married, most likely.
I think so.
So that'll be 20
Ooh.
years next year.
Ooh, yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But that's the one where we were talking about where we went fishing. He took me at night.
Yeah.
You got a little scared.
Mm-hmm.
It was scary.
And right now's the time to go.
I know. Yeah, later
Feeding
on.
frenzies are starting.
Fall is prime time, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, there's a guy, and I'd have to look him up again. But I looked to see if there's like a guide or somebody up there. I think it was $450 for
Probably a
a
day.
half a day or a day,
Probably a day.
I'd guess for a day, yeah, at
Yeah.
$450.
and then he takes the boat out and he does
Yeah.
everything. But you do 2 people for that. That's not. I don't,
Or you just get somebody with a boat and you have your equipment, so you just go.
yeah, but I don't know. I wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah.
No,
They're moving into
in
the,
the
shallow
water.
part.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't. I mean,
Well, maybe along shoreline or something.
You might know a guy that's done it a couple times that might
or
be able
you might
to.
just know somebody.
Yeah.
good point.
Sand.
Yeah. But Friday night I DJ'd. Did a DJ.
I thought you were
for-
done with that.
I am, but
Every week he's done with
I'm
it.
not.
this time.
If I had a nickel for every time on this podcast I've heard Nate's done DJing,
yeah, this time I'm done.
this time I mean it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Just
like-
I got another gig next weekend.
yeah, it's like when a band goes on their farewell tour for the 5th time. No, that was actually kind of fun. It was the Halloween party for that bar, and they did paid out 5 spaces or 5 spots for best costumes, and there was someone dressed up with it was like a cardboard type thing, a white or tag board, maybe cardboard tag board, white, and then on the
That's loud.
in the middle there was a yellow circle, and then she had a devil mask on, so she was a deviled egg. It was kind of a
Oh, yeah.
creative,
get
funny.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Did she win?
She took first, yeah, $300.
What took second?
Second place was, I believe, it was a guy. He was dressed up as, I don't know what. It kind of looked like, I don't know if he was like the burnt sheriff or the.
Freddy?
It kind of looks like Freddy Krueger,
Yeah, kind of.
but he's like got the sheriff outfit on with like
Yeah.
the gun, the
shot
old
the
western.
sheriff.
We can't see it.
You'd be scared.
Oh, it's the guy from the Amazon Fallout show.
Oh,
I guess technically the video game, but that's what that is.
yeah. Well, maybe I'll. So that's the deviled egg.
Oh.
So that's who took second?
Yeah,
I
he
see
took
it.
second, and then there was the Hulk Hogan and Macho Man took third, and oh yeah, and then there was I think the Disco Fever maybe took fourth, and then there was a cop and a prisoner that took fifth, but it was
They just come straight across from their
Yeah.
holding cell, or
Yeah.
yeah, yep.
One of the best costumes I ever saw was at the bar on Halloween one year, and dude had I don't know if he made it out of cardboard or actually wood and cut it out and put it back together, but it was around his waist and it looked like a wooden tabletop, and he had a little light and a digital alarm clock and there was looked like a used rubber laying over the top of the alarm clock. And he was a one-night stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of those before.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was good.
Never in real life, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Yesterday I went down to Action City.
Oh.
So I was at the arcade yesterday too. So I was down there for a little bit. And
Did you win? No.
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Okay.
Played the laser tag for
Oh,
the
you
first
did laser
time.
tag?
First
That's
time in
pretty
my
fun.
life. That was something.
I nearly murdered a couple small children when I played there.
Yeah, that would have been fun, but
Okay.
They ran around the corner, and I was running around the corner, and they didn't win that battle. It's like, sorry, little buddy, and then I shot them while they were laying on the floor. That's not fair.
This is gonna be my costume this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the zipper face.
That thing.
Yep.
A zipper face.
It was 10 years ago this year was the last time I did it.
I was
so
just going to
figured-
say, was that when you lived up by Quick Trip?
Yeah, and that was when you were E.T. and
Yeah.
Elliot.
Yeah. Oh, that was my favorite. I'd win all costume contests right now if I did that again.
Yeah.
That was my most favorite Halloween.
I don't know if you would. There's probably a lot of people that don't even know what ET is.
Yeah, but I think I wore it pretty goddamn good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm not arguing with you.
All right, good.
I believe you.
Had the bike handles and everything.
Nice.
You guys calm down, please.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh, God.
All right. So that's what I did, I guess.
We did? Nice.
All right. So let's see if I can get this to work. This is my first time having to do this now.
Jacksonville must.
All right. So we are going to. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Fuck.
I heard a little something.
Yay! I got mail! Yay!
I have the.
So you still got to do it?
I'll have to work on my volume
Yeah.
on that, but
Crank it up, fucker.
I don't know. All right, let's get in. So we're asking for scary stories.
Oh. Yeah.
So if you're down for that, we got a couple of them.
Chad, are you okay with the
Yeah, the
scary-
lights are on. It's fine.
Oh, Chin.
Oh,
Okay.
God. That was really wet.
That was liquid shit. Is what that was.
Wow.
Woo!
I didn't anticipate it being quite like that.
No?
No.
You didn't guess your own?
No, I didn't. I would have guessed wrong. Anyway.
Okay. All right. This is coming to us from Michael. Okay. So I've never really had anything spooky happen to me. I've never seen enough evidence to believe in ghosts, spirits, or Bigfoot. But aliens I could see being a thing. But I have had an experience out coon hunting. We were walking through the middle of a cornfield when we heard a noise I have never heard and I'll never forget. And it was about 5 feet from us. It was a bobcat.
Oh.
They make weird sound, yeah.
That sound just makes me shiver whenever I hear it.
Chad.
Oh, my God.
I don't even smell anything.
Yeah, it's there.
Is it?
It's running down
Well,
your
pull
leg.
your shirt down and enjoy it.
Man.
Oh, that would be scary, though. A bobcat when you're at.
Have you ever heard them howl?
Ah.
Oh, it's fucking freaky. Yeah. It would definitely make you loosen your
What
balls
did
a
he
little
say?
bit.
5 feet from him?
5 feet.
That's pretty close.
And then he was in the cornfield, right?
Cornfield.
So it's not like you can see far.
Right. Yeah.
He did send a follow-up email to us as well. It said, also, damn it, Ben. You got me addicted to Mike's Hot Honey.
Oh, yeah.
So we should reach out to whoever
Mike's
that
Hot
is.
Honey.
Yeah.
Hell
that's,
yeah.
Hicks at talesfromthehicks.com.
Yeah, because actually I bought a bottle after you brought that.
No, you bought the Kinders.
Oh, okay.
This is a bobcat scream, supposedly. At some point. Wait for it.
Wait.
Video is only 30 seconds long. It's got to be pretty soon. Maybe they lied. You hear it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just sounds like someone going.
Yeah, but
was
they're
like
recording it on a phone. Like imagine that live, and then for the listener 5 feet away from you, it's a really weird. It doesn't sound like a cat. It's
Right.
you know what I mean.
Not like a hiss of a cat or
Yeah.
nothing, or a bobcat.
I meant to mention earlier when Chad was talking about yard work and stuff. I drove past Chad's house the other day and I saw him working out in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beeped the horn. He didn't hear me, but I mean, I can understand. He had the power washer going, and the nuzzin was standing there.
Oh,
And he was washing her down, getting underneath the, knocking the barnacles off and stuff. So,
Well, we did some experimenting.
yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, she was covered in stuff I didn't recognize. That's for sure.
Well, it was powdered sugar.
Really?
Yeah.
you're supposed to be able to lick it all off.
Oh, I didn't get it all.
He would have got full.
Some of the different crevices. He'd still be on a sugar high.
I tried my best, but after the first 3-4 bags were gone,
I mean, that's a
fucking full.
That's a donut you just can't get to the end of.
Oh, nice.
But it is cream filled still.
Yeah, well, it dries up pretty quick with that much powdered sugar.
Jeez.
Yeah, I
But-
suppose I can see
It's
that.
like putting sawdust down on oil. It just soaks it up.
And I'm surprised you seen me. I thought we were hiding.
No, well, I was gonna, I was purposely looking for you,
See, that's
So I
why
hadn't-
everybody else
hadn't
wouldn't
been up
have
there in a
noticed.
while, and yeah,
Yeah, it looks like we'll have to just put her in the garage next time.
you know,
You know, or not use so much powdered sugar.
yeah. Well, also, I mean, I'd recommend putting shorts on over your boxers because I mean, it was obvious that you were very excited. So, even though it was a little bit chilly out that morning,
Well, yeah.
That was in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, that's morning wood.
See?
that doesn't
wasn't
mean he
my
wasn't
fault.
excited though.
Yeah.
Yeah, morning wood.
Yeah, he was pretty excited.
Yeah. And I shouldn't even say it, but that's still from the night before. So
Did you take too many of those blue pills?
I tried some new hymns.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. Nice.
That's another thing they can reach out to us.
Hicks at talesmanhicks.com.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Or maybe it's hey, boys. I don't know.
Whoa.
It's hard when you're reading it.
Sure.
What tone
sure.
it actually is
Is
meant
it a
to.
male or a female?
This is from Bailey.
I'm gonna guess female.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe it is hey, boys.
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Well, of course, Chad would have the same tone when I read his stuff. It's
True,
like,
yeah.
I read it in hey.
Yeah, but I always throw an extra E in there.
Yeah.
Get it across.
All right. I have a scary story for you guys. One night I was at work. At the time I was working at a nursing home assisted living. It was towards the end of my shift and I was charting. While writing down stuff, I had to make sure that I said that as charting and not sharding. maybe that's what the residents were doing. All right. End of my shift and I was charting. While writing down stuff, I caught in the corner of my eye a shadow figure in the shape of a person go from one of my residents' room, resident A, to the next resident's room, resident B, / wife. The next day, I talked to my director and told her what I saw. She told me that that it had to be resident B's husband, and he was visiting resident A's room because they became friends due to his wife being in the nursing home, and then he went next door to finish visiting with his wife. But a place like that, because obviously
I'm sure
people
people
die.
passed away there.
Yeah, so the likelihood of seeing a shadow person, that would freak me out.
Yeah.
That would be scary as shit.
Especially if you're just sitting there, trying to do
The
work
next
or your
morning,
own
she
thing.
heard that one of those two residents passed away, and it was
Yeah.
death.
Right.
going From door to door.
Yeah.
Think the guy get shot?
So you can go on YouTube. There's a couple different videos, but you can see where they'll have people's last moments in that, they caught a little light or an orb or something floating up. But all right, let's go to
I think it would have been my last day charting there.
Fucking A, it would have been.
Yeah,
I would've
last
been
day
done.
charting, first day sharding.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Well, no, there would have been. All right.
Long time charter, first time charter.
Nice. I got a few This is a new one now here. This is from Rachel. Got a few ghost stories for you guys. When I was pregnant with my son, the only place that I could sleep comfortably was the couch. I woke up one night to the sound of a pogo stick in my dining room. I was the only one that was home. I know I was awake because when the pogo stick stopped, the lamp turned on. That was because of a messed up switch. It still could have been a ghost.
Yeah, they
I
do
shut
lights.
I shut the lamp back off, and the pogo stick started again and got closer, but stopped at the bottom of the steps right by the end of the couch. I stayed awake until my parents got home. Thoughts?
I don't know that I would know what a pogo stick sounds
Well, I
like.
would imagine it's just
Spring.
I would imagine it's just.
And did it say she seen that or heard it?
Heard it.
Heard it.
And then a lamp turned on, and she turned it back off, which
I don't know if I
probably
would
would
do
have left
that.
the lamp on.
Well, yeah. At that point,
I would have got the fuck out of there. That's what I would have done.
Wonder why
See you,
she
bye.
thought it. Yeah, I wonder why she thought it was a pogo.
I mean, that's a real specific.
Right, like was it hers and like, just I wonder if it was sitting there and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden just
like I said, I don't even know what I've never even seen one being used to know what it would sound like. Because it's got to have that metal springy sound
Right.
in there somewhere, right? I would
I
think.
would-
Pick one up and maybe we'll do it next week. We'll have
pogo.
pogo
Sure, I'll
stick,
do some pogo sticking.
pogo stick down the
There you
driveway
go.
or something.
I'll ride it down the stairs.
Tricks.
yeah, I definitely would have left the lamp on.
Yeah. If when the light comes on, whether it was supposed to or not, and whatever scary sound you've heard stops, leave the light on.
Yeah, I'd probably
Yeah.
leave that on. See
For
what the
sure.
fuck's going on.
But maybe you're not supposed to go outside because that's where they are.
It
Is
sounds
what
like
you
they were
told me.
inside.
You told me that before. That's
Yeah,
they're
but-
they're outside.
They're inside if they're turning on lights.
So then that's when you get
Then
outside.
sneak outside quick.
That's-
So they don't
get
see
the
you.
fuck out.
Yes.
Yeah, I still would have left.
Yeah.
That would've been-
See ya.
Next story. My neighbor sent me a video from his trail camera of something in the shape of a lady in a white dress with blue flowers on it and a deer walking through it. I was already afraid to walk to my stand in the dark, and that video just made it worse.
The deer was walking through the person?
The
Sure.
trail camera of something in the shape of a lady in a white dress with blue flowers on it and a deer walking through it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So imagine it's like a
Yeah.
person or a spirit or whatever, and then it.
The deer
Deer.
walked
The
through
deer
it.
just walked through it.
Right.
Of course, it's a picture, so it's just a
Right.
single shot. So maybe she was riding it. She was riding the
Also
deer.
would have been scary. I don't think I would have made it to the woods that morning. Or
Well-
the next morning.
I was gonna say it'd be the next morning, but that would have been too late because she would have already got you.
Oh, maybe she was nice.
Oh, like Casper,
Yeah.
Friendly ghost.
my friend.
We should have had her send that. We should have her send it in. So if she's listening, send in
Yeah,
that
I'd like
picture.
to see that
I would like to see that picture too.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
If
Chad
she
doesn't
still
want to
had
see
that.
it, but the rest of us would.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't
cover
want
Chad
it,
eyes.
but I'll look at it with my eyes shut.
Yeah.
Be like, there it is. I see it. I
Shut
see
your
it.
mouth when you're talking to me.
For sure.
Last story. The hubby was gone for the weekend and the kids were at their dad's. I was laying in bed watching TV with my cat when I caught something black go past my bedroom door. I thought I was seeing things, but I noticed my cat perked up, staring at the door. I had the creeps from that one, but brushed that off as Cap is just checking on us.
So this is still Rachel.
Yes.
I was gonna go with it was probably just Toby leaving her dreams.
Ooh, Toby.
Yeah, Toby.
Wow.
Huh, cat lady, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see it. Could be. Yeah, Cap is checking in on you.
All right.
For sure.
Off the ghost stories and on to something else. I enlightened Chad on what it is and the history of merkins.
Yep.
I was going to tell him another word, but he told me to email it to you guys.
I did, yeah.
So what is merkins?
That's not the word she told me.
She said, I enlightened Chad on what it is and the history of merkins.
I mean, she could
I
have,
don't-
I guess, but I didn't think that was the word.
But this next one now, this next word that she was gonna tell us was this makes me think that it's something kind of like what was the Urban Dictionary? What is the meaning of bagpiping?
Oh,
But this maybe is what Chad and the Nuzzin were doing.
Oh, do tell.
According to Dr. Ruth, it is armpit sex.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
I'm still wondering why a guy
What?
would want to stick his pecker in someone's armpit. Wouldn't that leave road rash on his pecker? Keep up the good work, guys.
what was that called? Bagpiping. Bagpiping.
I mean, if you got enough lube, almost anything can be fuckable.
Right. You know, and a merkin is a... why? Interesting.
What's a merkin?
A merkin. A merkin is a pubic wig that covers the genitals to simulate pubic hair. Merkins have been used for a variety of purposes, including to cover shaved genitals, which I don't understand. To decorate the body, to portray female roles, to avoid nudity, for erotic or dramatic effect.
My apologies.
Yeah.
She did tell me that.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you keep your merkin at home next
Yeah,
time.
well, because then I followed it up when I was telling her. I was supposed to tell you, that wig that I left here for like 8 years.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Yes,
That's a merkin?
Yeah, that's a merkin from back in the day.
Nice. All right. Here we got. Do you think my house is haunted?
Probably is.
Sounds like it already
Yeah,
is.
already.
Yeah.
I'd sell
If
it.
you're starting to question it,
Yeah.
it's too late. Hey Hicks, I heard your last podcast and I would like to share what me and my wife are dealing with in our house. When our first daughter was still a baby,
Click.
when our first daughter was still a baby, we had a mobile above her, or a mobile,
Mobile.
Yep.
a mobile above her crib. It was a pain in the ass to turn on because the switch to flip it on was hard to push, so we hardly ever used it. Anyway, wife and I were heading out for the day, and the wife forgot if she turned her hair straightener off. She went back into the house. Now our daughter's room and bathroom are next to each other. When she was in there checking, she said she heard the mobile start playing music. So she peeked out and looked down the hall in the baby's room, and it was playing music and spinning.
Ooh.
This freaked her out, so she came outside and got me. When I got to the room, the mobile was completely still and not playing music.
Just a machinery malfunction.
Yeah, I'm going to say the switch was half cocked in between on and off.
The
so
random
it's-
music is always pretty creepy, though. Like, if
Yeah.
something like that were to happen, I think that'd be super creepy.
Right?
Or like a doll that starts talking or something.
I got one of them Furbies upstairs if that thing ever just started talking.
I love you, Nathan.
Right? Jeez.
Your thing fits inside a Furby?
No.
Oh. That's what you call it?
Not when you first get it.
Takes the beak out of it.
Now without a little modification. Nathan's got a resto mod Furby.
Modded Furb. The Furby, that's what I nicknamed my Merkins.
Furby's butthole will never be the same.
All right. Not long after that, our daughter's rocking horse randomly started playing noise and rocking. We picked this rocking horse up at a thrift sale for a couple bucks and could never get the noise part to work. Figured it was good enough for the kid just to use for rocking. Get random music again.
Yeah. No.
And
That's why you only bought it for a couple bucks.
The cursed rocky.
yeah,
Yep.
the cursed rock. And this is the one that has my wife freaking out the most.
What was wrong with the first two?
Yeah, right. She was in our girls' room cleaning, and their sound machine came on. Now, this sound machine only plays earth-type noises, rain, thunder, waves. I'm imagining it's like white noise and different stuff like that.
Ambient noise thing, yeah.
Only plays earth-type noises, and it started playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. She started freaking out, came and got me, and I heard it too. I have tried so many times to get it to happen again, and it just doesn't.
Why are they trying to have it happen?
Well, to have an explanation for it.
Mm-hmm.
Might be time to find a new house.
That might be.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
so.
It's time.
Yeah. Or they, well, for sure wouldn't have a sound machine anymore.
Yeah, and it sounds like the kids
Rockin' Horse
might
would be
be old
gone.
enough that they can downsize.
Also, our daughters have a rope light in their room, out of reach of them. It has a switch to turn it on and off. Wife woke up and seen it was on and asked if I did it in the night. I never did. And again, kids can't physically reach it.
They can't reach the switch?
They can't reach the switch of the rope light. So I'm guessing it maybe just like goes
Yeah,
around like
around
the
the
crown
ceiling.
or whatever.
But the ghost can reach it.
And lastly, while wife and I were chatting about all this happening in the house, dishes in the sink randomly slammed together.
The fuck they did.
That happened at...
Yeah, well, that was something different. We were playing that thing.
Jesus.
You're playing
Just-
with the Furby.
Yeah.
My wife is convinced the house is haunted. I, on the other hand, don't really believe in all that. I'm just not sure what to think. And that is from Short Bus.
Sell. Time to sell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it would be... The only one that I could think of would be, depending on what kind of role play it is. Some of those, you know, they just... If they have power to them, they can, you know, on and off. But the rest of it still seems...
Well, if Short Bus is who I think it is, I cannot believe his wife has not said, we are fucking out of here.
Mm.
If that is who I think it is.
It's not Long Bus.
Well, but, I mean, maybe it's somebody else with that same nickname, but... Huh.
Yeah, no, I think if they're not questioning them when I say if that's what's happening, I would be it would be on the market. Where's Chad? Oh, he's at the hotel. Why? Don't worry about it.
Rope light game on.
Yeah, no.
That's some, I mean, how do you explain some of that? You know what I
can't.
mean? Like, you know, I understand the emailer, the listener is saying, like, I don't believe it's spooky, but you sent it in for a spooky story when we requested
Right.
spooky stories. Like,
Fair.
that's some weird shit.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. Maybe one of those things I could dismiss as, like, the sound machine. Like, oh, you know, something weird. But
Yeah.
when you put all those together, like,
Mm-hmm.
there's some weird shit going
Yeah,
on there.
there's more than
Could
one
be
thing, a malfunction going on.
Uh-huh.
one person there, maybe, or spirit or whatever, dead person.
Yeah.
I see dead people.
No,
Have you ever watched that movie?
no.
He did.
I just thought I'd ask.
I watched.
Sixth Sense.
I don't know if it was yesterday, last night. I watched a couple scary movies that were
How was The Terrifier?
pretty gory.
Was it 2 that you watched or 3?
I think I watched the first one
Oh,
because
the
then I
first one,
wanted to
okay.
get in. Well, and actually, Terrifier isn't even the first one because he's. I don't. There's like
Terrifying.
shorts or short movies or whatever, like maybe a 15-minute movie or a 20-minute movie or something that he was in before, and then now they started this Terrifier. But yeah, it's really gory. They have some pretty violent deaths. Don't fuck with the clown. Probably.
Yeah, no bueno.
All right.
I'll stick to watching Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
I love it.
Stick to
New season is out.
Sesame Street.
Yeah, I watched it.
Have you already?
Yeah.
We haven't watched it yet.
Mm.
You will.
No spoilers.
No, it's not much of a spoiler. It's good.
Okay. Any more emails, Nate?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
This is my first time ever.
Woo!
That's
Get
what she said.
it.
Yes. Yeah, that's what they all say.
That's what they're supposed to say.
That's my first
Never
time.
done this before.
You're the best.
First.
You're the biggest.
It seems
I've
spooky.
never done this before. Will you take these balls that start at the size of a ping pong ball and go up to a softball and slowly begin inserting them into my rectum? I read online that it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Now choke me, bitch!
This is your first time ever.
I've never done this before.
Spank me harder, pussy.
What's my name, bitch? Say my Shut up and get on your knees! All things I heard when I drove by Chad's house.
Oh, yeah.
With the power washer. Yeah.
Oh,
yikes.
Fun.
All right. I was just,
You know,
oh,
come to think of it, the water might have been coming from Nuzzin towards Chad instead of the other direction.
Soaker suit.
we
Yeah.
got a squirter.
Yeah.
We got a squirter.
Super soaker.
Yep. Ooh. Yeah. Ugh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hey Hicks, I was just wondering if you guys wanted to hear about my first time ever.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I get.
like
Yeah,
a good
let's
time.
hear it.
Let's do it.
Pixar didn't happen.
Right. Well, it's kind of a long story. It starts off slow and doesn't get any faster after that.
Really?
Okay.
Starts slow, doesn't get any faster.
Okay.
I was sitting around with a bunch of my buddies of mine talking about doing it one day. They were teaching me and showing me how easy. What the fuck? I gotta get closer to read this one. Now I'm concerned.
That's just lifted up a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got all serious. He proper
getting excited
seating
here.
now.
Face got red.
Start over from the beginning so we can hear.
Yeah, because I gotta make sure I read that right. I was sitting around with a bunch of my buddies of mine talking about doing it one day, which that part is fine. But then they were teaching me and showing me how easy it is. Why are they showing you? That would be where it got uncomfortable.
Yeah. What?
You know, the lights can flicker and the little sound machine can make noises, but when you get your buddies trying to show you how easy it
Well,
is.
but he hasn't
Right.
said what it is yet.
Fair, good point.
Maybe we're dirty and we're not supposed to be.
You think? You think we're dirty?
Maybe.
Yeah. They were also telling me different ways to do it and how they do it. Now I know what you're thinking.
I kind of think you do.
Now I know what you're thinking. But they also had pictures. After talking to the guys about it for a couple of weeks, they said, just try it out for yourself. We think you are ready for it. I was feeling a little better about it and went home and tested it out for myself. I started off real slow and cautious. Remember, it's my first time. Once
So far, so good.
Yeah, if it feels good.
Do it, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And if not, you're doing it wrong.
Right. Once I started going, I was kind of getting the hang of it. My mind was racing and foggy. My heart started beating uncontrollably. My adrenaline was pumping through my veins. The sweat started building on my forehead and running down my face into my eyes. It was really feeling funny, so I started biting on my bottom lip. No need to say, but I was nervous as hell. I had sweat under my armpits, which is good for bagpiping.
Bagpiping.
Yeah,
Lubricant.
can do some bagpiping. I had sweat under my armpits. My eyes were closed. My fingers were numb. My legs felt like a newborn baby giraffe. Just remember, it's my first time. Once I started feeling that tingling sensation in my body, I knew I was close. I knew I had to keep going even though it was my first time. I finally knew I was done when I passed out and fell on the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
After a couple of hours of laying on the floor with drool running out of my mouth, I came to my senses. I mustered up just enough strength to hit the send button. Remember, it's my first time sending an email.
Jason must have wrote that.
Holy shit! Woo! That
Wow.
that was. It sounds like they accomplished it, though.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had to pass out after sending an email.
No, and especially that tingling feeling,
Yeah.
and when you
Jen was doing the 5-knuckle shuffle.
5-on-1 feed the
That,
chicken.
it kind of makes me think of a poem that I wrote one
Oh.
time. I could share with you guys if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, of course we do.
Yeah.
Okay. It was dark. The moon was high. All alone. Just her and I. Her lips so soft. Her eyes so blue. I knew just what she wanted to do. Her hair so wet. Her skin so fine. I ran my fingers along her spine. I remember being nervous and my fast-beating heart. Slowly, she spread her legs apart. And when it happened, I felt no shame. When all at once the white stuff came. At last it's finished. It's all over now. My very first time at milking a cow.
I'm not gonna lie, I was going elsewhere with that.
Yeah, no, I almost from the get go.
You know, when you were talking about the email that the person said that was working at the senior center or whatever, I had a buddy who used to work at the Dunn County, whatever, like that type of place.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a cook. So, I mean, like, he wasn't, upstairs with patients or whatever. He was a cook down there. But he's like, sometimes the nurses or whatever would get behind and, like, the food would be stacked up down there on the trolleys waiting to go upstairs. So he's like, sometimes we'd help him out, and he's like, I'd take the tray, the little trolleys full of trays, like, up the elevator or whatever. And so he said the one day, he's like, I took the thing full of trays of food up the elevator, and I wheeled it over to the nurse station for him. And he said I turned around, and there's two elevators, right, left and a right next to each other. And he said I walked over, and he said I hit the down button. I waited a minute or two, and he said pretty soon the other one, not the one that I brought originally, the other one dinged, and the door opened. And he said, here was this lady. He said she was like 95 years old. He said buck naked. Mm-hmm. Sitting on the floor of the elevator, spread-eagled, one foot pressed against the wall on each side, just finger banging herself as hard as she could sitting in the elevator. And he said, I almost threw up. My buddy has a super weak stomach, but he's like, I almost fucking threw up. He's like, it was one of the grossest things that I ever saw. And then he said another time, I had to take food carts up or whatever. And he said there was one resident, I guess he does this pretty regularly, but it was a man, old man, and he liked to stand in his doorway with his dick in his hand and beat his dick against the door frame as hard as he could. Like just
Jesus Christ.
smack it against the fucking door frame.
Well, he probably was it across the hall from the lady that was banging herself.
Jesus.
He's like, you hear the stories of crazy shit, but he's like, those were two things that I saw that I will never get out of my mind.
I don't think I'm gonna ever get them out of my mind.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
just beating it against the door frame.
Jesus. Be like slamming it in a car door or something.
No.
Sounds like I gotta apply at the senior center.
Sure,
Jeez.
Bring Nuzzin with you.
No,
He's already seen that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose, yeah.
That's something you don't want to see. Man. Navigate through that fucking thing.
What is it when you shake? Is that Parkinson's?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So find yourself a lady with Parkinson's and just see if she'll hang on to it for you.
That's true.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah.
Do we need to do anything? No, just hang on to it.
Hang on.
Hold on, I'll let you know. You'll
Nature-
know. You'll
nature
know
will
when we're
do the
done.
rest.
Yep.
I think we got time for one news story, maybe. We're at about an hour right now. But
Okay. I had one from a couple weeks ago. I thought it was pretty crazy. So I don't know if you guys heard about it. There is some kids out duck hunting, and I think they were up in the Minocqua area, somewhere around in that neighborhood. they're duck hunting. I think one was a 19-year-old kid, and he might have been with like a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. No, 14-year-old. Anyways, they're hunting, and they heard a wolf howl, and it was pretty close to them. And he said the next thing we knew, he's like, here's a wolf 15 yards away. Here's a wolf like 10 yards away. And there ended up being like 4 or 5 of them circling them. Yeah. And he said, like, this was not unconfirmed. There was other people duck hunting near them that heard the wolves howl and saw them circling up on the position where these 3 kids were duck hunting. And the oldest was 19, so I mean, not a kid, but I guess he grabbed his shotgun and started shooting the wolves. He actually killed one of them, but I mean, I don't blame him.
No,
like that's not just like I saw a wolf and it ran away, right? Like they're
circling,
looking for a snack. You know what I mean? And you're the snack. Yeah, that'd be some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's one thing you hear the stories where the wolves like attack a cow or they take down a dog or a cat or something. But when you start hearing that they're going for people, that's fearless.
Yeah. Well, and like it said in an article, I was clapping, stomping, breaking some sticks, making as much noise as I could. And he said, then the wolf turned and looked at me and we locked eyes and it just started coming at me at a slow jog. He's like, and that's when I grabbed my shotgun. Like,
yeah.
It ain't running away. It's coming for breakfast.
See, they would lose every time they came near me.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Because, I mean, not only do I have like 6 of them in my clip, I got another clip.
Yeah.
Plus, I got a whole 2 boxes of shells I carry with me in my backpack.
Yeah.
All the time, so I'm just throwing lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that happened to Pat Rubenzer.
Really?
They were on a snowmobile trip, and I don't know. I think Pat's, if I remember right, his sled broke down or something, and the other guy went to get the trailer or tow rope, or not a tow rope, but something to fix it. Well, it took the guy a lot longer, and some wolves were, come upon him or whatever, and he had a chain in the back of his sled, and he said at one point he just started whipping it around in a circle just to try to deter him.
Keep him at bay.
And obviously it worked.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know exact story word for word, but the gist of it, so.
Yeah. They're good for one thing, and that's behind bars.
Yeah.
People to look at. That's all those fucking things are good for.
Yep. The mounts.
Yep.
Crazy.
Kind of like Asian beetles. They would be those bastards.
It's actually a question I have for a later episode.
Asian beetles?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yep. So stay tuned.
Okay.
So was it, in these last week or two, it's been
70s?
Yeah, so it's been like open your windows weather. Well, apparently one of my windows or a couple of them must have a little hole in it or something somewhere, because I went
those things find a way in. I don't care if you're in a brand new house.
Yeah, they're coming through your door more likely.
Oh. Well, I went into my room one day, and it looked like my walls and my ceiling had chicken pox because they were freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
So I grabbed a vacuum and started sucking them out that way.
That's
But
all you can do.
I thought, I got them all or whatever. Well, at night, I do what you do with the water bottle on the nightstand, and I had gone into... At night, I leave the cover off, so that's just one, I just reach over and grab it and take a drink. I went to go take a drink. This was like the next morning or whatever. I went to go take a drink, and as I did, I seen something kind of floating up, and I set the bottle down, spit everything out, and I looked in the bottle, and there was one of those Asian beetles had gotten into the...
Yeah.
So now I don't have the covers off of them.
No.
Now the covers
I don't ever do that at my house just because you never know if there's like a fly in the house.
Right.
Something...
Yeah. When we used to have our pug, I don't know why, but she fucking loved Asian beetles. And we get them upstairs real bad. And she'd go upstairs, like if I was working in the office or whatever, and she'd just fucking scrounge around and grunt and snort and eat all the Asian beetles she could find. And the one day I let her out to take a shit, and she had eaten so many Asian beetles. No BS. I could hear her shit snap, crackle, and pop on the way out because of all the Asian beetle shells in her shit. And her shit was red and black speckled. It was just solid. Like I was like, what is that? I'm like, Pika, that is you shitting. And it was like crinkling a water bottle almost as it was coming out of her butthole. It was fucking ridiculous. Yep.
I had the same thing a couple weeks ago. That's all I did was vacuum those fucking things up. But they'll be done here real shortly.
Yeah.
Well, needless to say, every window got closed in my house, and I turned the furnace back on where keeps the house constantly between 67 and 70. Whether it needs to kick in the heat or it turns on the air, I'm like, I'm fine with that. I don't need nature inside.
They find their way.
Yeah.
We got one more news story.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
We got a couple minutes.
Uno momento.
Really, we could make this a 3-hour show if we wanted. It doesn't really matter, but I think... actually, I was talking to somebody on Friday night when I was DJing, and talking about the show. It was Cooch was down there, so we were talking about how listening to the show and whatever, and just he reminded me of a time when we were up in Ingram, and there was a bicycle that got brought back with us. And got ridden somewhere, and all the back of it was just going, just wailing. But that was something I forgot I was gonna mention was that.
We just did.
But I mean I was gonna mention it earlier.
So this headline: Zamboni driver in Chelsea, Quebec, arrested for impaired driving after rink crash. So apparently he's been arrested on suspicion of impaired driving after a low-speed crash at a hockey rink. Police in the region say the 25-year-old man was arrested after he drove the ice resurfacing machine into the boards at a rink in Chelsea, Quebec, while cleaning the ice between two games. So
there's
That's
a little
interesting.
impaired driving the Zamboni, which is weird. I've never heard or seen that ever ever take place.
That's pretty funny.
And the best part was the ref was still on the ice.
Well, yeah, this says the ref was skating next to the Zamboni while he drove it into the boards.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen the video.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sometimes you just got to have a couple drinks.
Maybe the ref was distracting him.
That was probably it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what his lawyer will say.
Yeah.
But I mean, can you get an OWI on a Zamboni in a hockey rink?
I don't know. It's not like you're on a public roadway.
Right.
I don't know how that would play out. But
I mean, of course, it's Canada too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
they
what
have
their
different
rules
rules
are.
but
Yeah.
and I would assume he's done surfacing the ice.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's not going to have that gig anymore.
Probably not. He can run the penalty box door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're at what? An hour 7 right now.
That's good.
Wrap the pitch up.
Wrap her
Wrap
up.
it up.
Okay. So this will be
Or on wrap.
like a mummy. This will be November 3rd, I believe, is when this will come out. So then, I don't know, maybe start looking at Thanksgiving, and I'll come up between now and the next week. I'll come up with a giveaway for
Turkey
for
Day?
something. Yeah, for Thanksgiving Turkey Day giveaway.
All right.
So make sure you're listening for that. Go on to Spotify, give us a like and follow out there. YouTube, give us a subscribe and follow.
Yeah, like and comment, share.
Yeah.
Like us on Facebook. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, everyone you know.
Yeah, even the ones you don't.
How many stars do we get today?
5 stars.
We're on fire.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
got to be 4 or
There's
5
a
straight weeks.
5-star rating.
I'm surprised Hollywood hasn't called yet.
You been
Maybe we
checking
need
the
to give
voicemail and stuff?
It's 715-450-1461 or Hicks
There
at
it is.
talesfromthehicks.com.
Yeah.
And that's the studio line, right?
That's the studio line right there.
I
Yeah,
like
sure
it.
is.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to give them mine. I could give them yours, though. It's
You can.
715 is it 2? No.
Yeah. Go ahead and call. I'll let you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Another, and I want to talk to Chad.
We have walkie-talkies.
They just got those soup cans with the string from window to window.
Yes.
Hers isn't a soup can, though. It's more of
It's a 5-gallon bucket.
It's an appendage because then Chad can talk into it and the vibrations can tickle across the string.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Hey, I'm here for you.
You're going to use that. I gotta go.
Later.
All right. Until next week, then.
Yes.
Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone that emailed in too. That was
Yes,
we had a
yes,
really
thanks
good
for the email.
Great
bunch of
stories.
them. I liked it.
Yeah.
So yeah, feel free to do it again.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We will talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
Peace out.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.